For far too long, professional wrestlers have had their matches, have had their work rated and ranked by people who could never in a million years do what they do. Arrow, you took a bump. How you feeling still?
I am still hurt. I am bound to this chair for the next 2 weeks.
And if I took a chop, I would die on the spot. And that is why it ends today. No longer will fans rank the wrestlers. No, no, no. Today, we rank the fans.
You
That's
damn right.
right. And just this past weekend, Night of Champions was in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Those fans were loud, those fans were proud. And today, we're going to see how many arrow marks they get from Black Arrow and the heel marks. We're going to see how they did on
Mm,
our ratings level. Now, for the record, Saudi Arabia, they did deliver. They did deliver, especially at certain parts more than others, but they did overall, they did a great job.
yeah.
And they started out hot with the opener. As soon as Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton made their entrances, both theme songs predictably sung word for word, you knew that you had a crowd that was ready. And this was a solid opener that they chose as well to get the crowd there.
Yeah. I don't think there's been like a bad like foreign crowd since they did this whole have like other pay-per-views being foreign crowds. I don't think there's been a bad one yet.
Right. I think there's certain wrestlers that get questionable reactions based on the international crowd, but you're absolutely right. Overall, and I think it's because of the fact, and it's simple, they don't get to see these wrestlers as much, so they
Mm,
appreciate it more than fans here in New York, fans over by you in
yeah.
Florida. We get to see the shows at least a few times a year if we go every time they come. These guys get, if they're lucky, a shot a year, every couple years. You never know with them. Canada used to be like only rare appearances, and anywhere else was like unheard of. So now they definitely appreciate more when WWE comes.
Yeah, so when they get the opportunity to have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in front of them, they go ballistic. Like you said, they sung their words. They sung their song word for word as if there was a karaoke going along the Titan screen. Like they was on it when it came to like Randy specifically. Boy, you would have thought Cody was going out there with the black hair for a couple of moments, but hey, I think they saw the plot. I think they saw the plot, and I mess with a smart crowd. I love a smart crowd.
Yeah, me too. And I also love a crowd that sings during the matches. And I got the Cody Rhodes.
Sometimes,
If it's a song about the wrestlers, like a Cody Rhodes song, or my favorite song fans sing is to Bailey, and you really only get the international crowds doing it. The Bailey, will you be my girl type of thing. Hey, hey, Bailey, who?
who,
Ha. Like I
ah,
love a good song directed at the wrestlers. If you're just
oh
singing
yeah,
to pop yourself, then
you,
that's
you know
different.
you know that was born in NXT.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm aware.
It's
now,
when they
now
want.
the international crowds are the only ones that bring it back. But I do recall. My favorite from NXT, but I think this might have been an international crowd. It was Chad Gable when he was teaming with Jason Jordan,
Jason Jordan, yeah.
and it was just like Gable, Gable, Gable. Gable, Gable, and then Jordan, and they were just going back and forth for like 7 minutes while they were supposed to be facing FTR. That was a good one.
What was that? NXT Blackpool or
Yeah, I was
Toronto?
gonna say I think it's London. But I think it was like a house
Yeah.
show. Like it wasn't even like it wasn't even like a PLE pay per view or whatever. It was a house show that somebody recorded and then posted it up, like when they were doing live events out there.
Oh boy, I miss Jordan. I miss Jordan.
Me
Well,
too.
you
Every
you
single
you guys
WWE
booed him out
producer
the
on some
building.
level I miss.
You guys booed him out the building, but I stayed
Whoa,
strong.
whoa, whoa. Whoa, excuse me, sir. I was applauding when he did go heel or when he was doing that stuff and everyone was booing him. I was applauding him because I saw the genius work he was doing. The way he was playing that character and acting like he was cool with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and calling Kurt Angle dad only at certain points. The manipulative heel turn that was happening was fucking masterful. I thought Jason Jordan always had the tools. I will not tolerate being included into the us.
There's certain fan tropes, and whenever we see them on these reviews, they will dock a whole point. Is we want tables, okay? That will dock a point.
I hate we want tables. I hate we
the,
want tables.
there's the what chants. I think what chants are so dismissive, like
Yes.
so dismissive.
Especially in 2025. Like, I feel like if, for the record, the whole responding to the cadence with that is already disrespectful. But it's 2025. If you need to do that, at least you could say yeet. And then now everyone just takes that as, wow, look what Jey Uso did. They're yeeting during, and you know what I mean? Once again, it would still get to a point that we'd be like, okay, guys, we get it. You love Jey Uso, but Rhea Ripley's talking. But at the same time, if I saw that effort, I would take it as, yo, they're responding to how much they love Jey Uso. They're responding to the fact that he just lost his title and they want you to know that they're not okay with it. You know what I mean? Or hell, when R-Truth got fired and they were bringing him back, how about saying what's up instead of what? And now you know what I mean? Like, get creative. It's 2025. Wrestling fans should always be getting more creative as we go on.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Oba when Oba first came around, like he talked in that cadence where you would typically put a what in between. But we wanted it to more so like cater to who he is, which he's obviously M'Baku from Black Panther. So we're like, okay, let's just say who in between everything that he says. And now no matter where he goes, like you hear it, like friggin'
and it doesn't sound like any fan is being disrespectful to him. It sounds like you guys are playing your part, and he comes across as more over because of that. This is why fans are being rated, people, because you guys can make or break a superstar's presentation.
Fan and wrestlers relationship go hand in hand. They're intertwined. Like, so I can't stand, and we'll definitely get to the rating in a second, but like I cannot stand when like a wrestler of high caliber gets released and then everybody's like, but why did he get released? It's because when that person was doing their best matches, you as a fan wasn't showing the love that they deserve.
That is a lot of times true. However, in the past, and sometimes even recently, as we've seen, that's not always the case. For example, let's go if we go back, and as you said, we will get to the ratings in a second, but just if we go back to when Rusev Day was crazy popular, everyone was going crazy. What did WWE do? They killed Rusev Day by making him go heel. They conditioned the fans to get quieter for him, and then they released him.
I would like to add, we were under a different hierarchy at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But then also now, if you look at it, like Truth had been getting solid responses. Like CM Punk's return was big, but his backstage reactions were like, that was the return of the night.
People was like, oh, R-Truth, I can't believe R-Truth got released. I can't believe R-Truth got released. Literally, people only like gas up R-Truth when he's doing something comedic. No, the fans have never.
When was the last time WWE gave us anything but that, though? Like, when was the last time they used Truth as serious? It was when he was Awesome Truth, and then something happened. I don't know if he got hurt or suspended for some dumb shit, but then they made Miz turn on him so that when he came back, it was going to be like his heel truth never happened. And the only thing that stayed with him was little Jimmy. But all of a sudden, he was back to what's up, and he was back to being comedy. And then it was, in fact, it was around the time you saw Vince losing interest in his buddy R-Truth. So then R-Truth comes up with the whole, hey, why don't I be eternally confused gimmick? Why don't I make everybody break? And he formed that spot for himself. You know, he took that Santino spot and was like, I'm going to be king comedy around here because that will get me on TV. Oh, you're going to make a stupid, ugly championship? I'll make my comedy tailor-made for that, and I'll get on TV. So Truth was the one getting in where he fit in. But in reality, I do think fans have always like gotten loud for him once again when he made his backstage return at Survivor Series or whatever pay-per-view it was when Punk made his return. The fans were just as loud for the R-Truth showing up in a segment as they were for that. Like there's always been love for him.
I guess what I mean is like nowadays fans are so vocal that we almost say exactly what we want. You know, like bar for bar. No matter if it's a sign, no matter like I saw the other day someone on Raw, someone had a push Ludwig Kaiser sign while Penta was surfing down the aisle. And like when it came to R-Truth, yeah, we would be like, okay, R-Truth is here, let's laugh. But like how people are now saying we want truth, like when he's not even there was never that.
No, you're right. That's in response to like, wait a minute, this man didn't deserve to be fired like that. And then when you hear that Triple H isn't the one who told him, it was just some random suit, and you're like, okay, he didn't deserve that either. When that's what ignited it. However, it's a case of WWE conditioning fans to be okay with something, right? It's like, this is where we're gonna take your favorite. Like fans, like I'm sure you feel this way. I like, as somebody who remembers Ron the Truth Killings in NWA, in TNA, somebody who one of my favorite like Sunday Night Heat segments of all time is him making his not even real debut where he's rapping with our Road Dogg in WWF New York. So like from a K-Quick fan, I'm like, yo, all I wanted is for him to light up a cigarette in the ring again, go back to being his I don't give a fuck heel and setting the world on fire because I know he can do it. I also know who Triple H is, so I didn't expect that to ever happen. So once again, you get conditioned to be okay with him just getting his veteran spot, getting his paycheck, and getting to be a part of the show every week. And then when you're like, wait a minute, this is how you feel, Triple H? Okay, nah, people, let's let them know. And I wish they didn't stop at Truth. I wish it was just as loud for Carlito. And I also wish that when Truth got his job back, they were like, okay, guys, we're all together, right? Okay, push, cross. Like if you see what your voice can do, like go for it. But you're right. Fans get conditioned into like just accepting, and then that's why someone gets released. WWE made fans forget they loved Rusev, made fans forget they loved Zack Ryder, made fans forget they loved Elias by literally changing him to a whole ass person. They do these things. They control us or try to, and then usually it works.
Yeah. There's certain moments where it's like, okay, like let's see this out. You know, there's certain moments where it's like, okay, let's let this play out. But there's other moments where we gotta band together and be like, no, absolutely not. Okay, like that's not gonna fly with us. Like Carmelo Hayes needs a title, like that.
Yeah. Like needs. And honestly, I'm not one of those where I think everyone needs a title, but he needs a consistent story, a consistent push. There needs to be consistent commitment to establishing him, as the next coming. Like he needs to be put in a position to succeed. And you've seen it in the past where wrestlers can be in the mid card for 2 years, but there's a consistent way of presenting them as future WWE champion, future Hall of Famer, where you always like have them, they come across as bigger than they are solely because of the presentation. And
Yeah.
then when it gets to a point, you're like, oh, Triple H clearly doesn't agree with us. Wait a minute. We have to open up our eyes. Like I say the same thing about Montez Ford. Everyone likes to act like Montez Ford is choosing to stay where he is because he doesn't want to leave his brother behind. And to an extent, I'm sure that's true. I also don't necessarily feel like it's up to him. And I feel like the real reason he's been where he is because Triple H wants to keep him where he is. Triple H doesn't see what we see. And I think eventually that's going to become a big fucking problem because everyone is thinking, oh, Tez is okay right now. He wants Street Profits to be the best tag team in the world, and he probably does. But you can look at the way Street Profits are being booked right now and tell me and you can't tell me Triple H sees that. You know what I mean?
And that's when it takes one person to have a sign, then two people to have a sign.
Yep.
Then three people to start chanting. Then five people to start chanting. And then it just goes in waves. And then boom. That's it.
Fans can make the difference. And they need to. They need to. There needs to be a revolt to the whole idea of please just be fans, don't be critics. Like, nah, bro. Bro. Imagine Doritos put out a new flavor. Everyone tells them it's ass. It's like, can you guys stop critiquing the flavor and just enjoy it? What do you mean?
And that's what leads us to where we are in this match because of these fans, Cody Rhodes is going to be a heel in 3 weeks' time.
Well, it's funny. I saw hints of Randy being a heel as well. Like I almost feel like it can turn either way, but the fans definitely did make it clear that if they were going to pick who to boo, who to cheer, they're going on the side of, hey, Cody, it's your turn to be a villain. And I love that there for a while they were cheering both. Let's go Cody, let's go Randy. And then around like the middle, maybe 60, 65 into the match, yay, boo, yay, boo. And listen, I don't care if the fans eventually want to decide, hey, let's boo this guy and cheer them when we were cheering them both. That's fine. Mm-hmm. As long as they're loud for both guys, as long as you're getting Cody sucks chant, let's go Randy, make your choice, fans. That's your job. Make your choice and be loud for it. So these fans absolutely delivered.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to this match, I like 4.7 arrow marks was for me because I feel like they from the start they had a mission and they did not waver within that mission throughout the whole match. You knew exactly who they wanted. You knew exactly what you knew exactly where they was like leaning towards and they, in my eyes, I cannot say this enough, they are pushing. They want a story to happen that I want to happen as well. Because Cody Rhodes did not hesitate one bit when it came to doing a heel mark. Okay, to no pun intended. He did not hesitate at all. Randy hesitated to punt kick. Even Cena, you know, his whole situation.
Yeah.
Cody did not hesitate at all.
Right. 100% right. I gave this 4.8 arrow marks. These guys were right there, like damn near perfect. You know, really, they did everything they needed to do. They were loud from start to finish. They made their opinions heard in terms of who they wanted to win, who they didn't, and then even afterwards, Cody was kind of able to win them back after talking a little bit, but they still kind of made it clear, hey, Cody, we see you. We know what's coming, and we're ready to respond accordingly. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, round of applause for Saudi crowd. You started this off hot with Cody and Randy. Into the next match, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, who would eventually be helped by who is now the newest member of the Judgment Day, officially Roxanne Perez. With this one, I thought the fans
the gold.
Yes, they've got it. They've got it.
I'm talking about Roxanne alone.
Oh, okay. Well, she's got to start somewhere. Right now, she's got one belt.
She should have started with She should have started with the women's championship on day one. They should have paged her. Okay, the first day going in, she should have got it.
So I'll say this: you can't do that with her only because she calls herself the Prodigy. If the Prodigy starts off winning championships immediately, then all she has to go to is down, and we've seen that happen in the past. So I do like it when they're called up and they start up the ladder. Tag team championships now. There's a mid-card championship you can win later. I like them to rack it up. You start at the top, everyone's going to always tell you, oh, they fall off when you start doing other things. So I do like that Roxanne is already a champion. You know, how many matches has she had? Less than 10 on the main roster, probably champion already. I like it.
But yeah, this match let me know for a place like Saudi, there's some freaks.
Especially when the belt came out.
When Rhea took that belt off, which, you know, it's not like the suit she was already wearing wasn't skin tight. You know, I heard every man in Saudi Arabia stand up.
I thought that they were about to give them the Booker T reaction. I thought there was gonna be
yeah, and then they do the ha 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 ha. I would love that.
Exactly. Oh, this one they got loud everywhere. I thought that I thought for some reason, and it's one of those things where you obviously have to compare everything. So they just followed Cody and Randy. You gave that 4.7. I gave it 4.8 arrow marks. So this wasn't at that level. I still came in with 4.2 arrow marks on this one. I thought they were there. They just, it was obviously down, but I thought they also were just as loud for this. They probably could have been a little louder for Roxanne making the appearance, but they still did. They were happy to see her there. And I also feel like once they knew Rhea was going to put her on the trash can. Once they figured that out, you could hear the crowd getting excited for that. Once they were a little late to realizing what the women were going for the table spot finish. But once they did get loud when that happened, when they realized what was going on around the time they saw the ref holding the table, oh shit, that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 4.2 strong performance again from the Saudi crowd here.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely a 3.9, only because, like you said, Roxanne, I don't feel like she got the pop she should have gotten, and also Raquel deserved more. That's what. But it's not their fault, because if we're going off of how she's presented, you wouldn't know that she was that badass that she was in NXT. So that's why, I don't take it all away from him. I just say, hey, 3.9.
Agreed. And it did feel like how, we know Cross and Sammy was the replacement match for Dominic and AJ, but this match kind of had that same type of replacement match feeling to it when it was presented to us. It did feel like it was a plan they put together with Liv's injury, which I'm sure was in fact the plan. And because of that, Raquel hadn't been really presented in the forefront. And the fans online have been very vocal about the fact that Raquel should have been presented as an equal to Rhea Ripley. You just take one look at both of them and there's no reason to go against that. But due to the fact that Raquel is Liv's heavy, she's Liv's heater, she's Liv's diesel, for lack of a better, reference. So because of that, she does occasionally have to take the boot, she does have to take the finisher. She does have to take the beating while Liv's the one walking up the ramp. That's how they book it. And now all of a sudden Raquel had to be presented. So you're right. It wasn't necessarily the fans' fault, but at the same time, we got to rate the fans with what they're giving us and what the booking gives them.
And it was going to be like a 3.4, but I gave them extra points for being freaky. So the freaky points always get you, +5. So.
I thought they remained loud enough consistently through it, which is really what I look for. If you're going to be a little quieter for the heels, I'll give you a little leeway, because not every crowd is super into booing the heels. Obviously, I think you should get loud for everyone. If you hate someone, let them hear it. But it did seem like I never felt they were sitting on their hands. They were giving it energy the entire time. If anything, just a little slow to figure out what we were going. And into the next one, we got Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, the match the fans weren't even going to get if not for an injury, but they got it. They got Kross, they got Sami, and they were happy to see both.
The reason why my back hurts right now, all you fans out there wanted to say Karrion Kross don't take bumps. Well, I said I'm gonna go ahead and put an over under on it. If he gets more than 3.5 bumps, I'm gonna take a back bump to the floor. And now I'm paralyzed. All because of y'all. So Twitter gets a 1 star.
That's all Wade Keller's fault for spitting that bullshit out into the universe and everyone just eating it up.
I should have known, because Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn, they had a really good match, and the fans they gave a good response.
Yeah, I thought they really did. It's like, once again, I thought they were loud for the entire time. And sometimes they were behind Kross, sometimes they were behind Sami, sometimes they were behind both, but it never felt like the crowd ever died. It was just very loud the entire way. Towards the end, I feel like the fans there did kind of agree with the fans online that where they were just, wait, Sami just beat him clean? No, that's not what we thought was going to happen. I personally thought Sami was going to cheat to win, and that was going to be like Kross still won. Like a victory.
I wanted that to happen so bad, but I didn't want to work myself into a shoot. So I was just like, I'll be chill.
If I'm being honest, the finish that they used for Cody Randy would have been the perfect finish for Sami Kross.
Yes. Like, I say this all the time. I like heel Sami. I like Sami when he's going crazy, thinking everybody's out to get him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But once again, he showed that he could be a little bit funny, and now he's just, funny guy. No, I like that.
It's what I think it is the fact that, like, in NXT, Sami was the perfect baby face, right? Eventually he turns heel and we get that perfect heel, and people forget that if it not for that heel, we don't get the amazing babyface he turned into towards the end of the Bloodline saga. That was the beauty. And people always say, if you have a great babyface, once he tapers off, you turn him heel. Why? Because eventually he's going to even be a bigger babyface. And they had that with Sami, and they could have and should have had Sami be the one to take the title off Roman. He'd finish that story, but they wanted to finish one story, and that was Cody's. So inevitably, they had to let this, and they tried to keep it hot with the Intercontinental title because he's breaking the legendary reign, but there was no commitment after it. So now you let him taper off again. And the only real way to get him back is he has to turn heel again. And I think they were like, well, we have him babyface. He's got to be world champion. Yeah, but you waited too long. So now he has to win world championship as a heel. You have to do that. That's how it happens.
And then, but whenever Sami shows up to Saudi, he becomes Saudi Seth Rollins. And they get so loud. But they was also loud for my dog Karrion, even during the press conferences. We want Karrion. We want Kross. We want Kross. I said, you're damn right y'all do. And when I'd probably say a 4.5 for me, because the hometown kid was there. They reacted accordingly, and they showed love to Karrion. That's all I could ask for. 4.5.
Okay, I gave this one a 4.5 also. I gave this one a 4.5. It was right there. They delivered for me. They really, you could tell that they loved both superstars. And I feel like when fans come in and they're just genuinely excited to see both people perform, that's how you know they're going to deliver the entire time. Whether they're loud for the face, loud for the heel, booing, cheering, singing, chanting, doing that's how you know you've got a good crowd. They delivered again. Jacob Fatu versus Solo, another case of the fans being super excited when both wrestlers are making their entrances. They're excited to chant. I love the Fatu chants. Ole, 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 ole. Fatu, Fatu. Like, I love a singing crowd for a wrestler. Love it. That's right. Get loud.
That's the Jacob head shake. I do that just for no apparent reason. Yeah, I
I
mean,
always, I feel like I think a lot of people know that it's Boogie inspired, but not enough people know it's Boogie inspired. So I feel like we need, like, I got the video of Jacob Fatu marking out for Boogie doing like a video for him, but I need a video of them both dancing side by side. Like, I need them
yeah.
doing it at the next Fan Fest or Comic Con or whatever event they see each other at. I needed to have
I I I just gotta say I love Jacob Fatu. Like
it.
I love characters that like are not too far from who they are as a person. Like as a proud NXT goer, I believe that like a lot of like urban-esque ways is becoming more a mainstay in WWE. Like hip hop is everywhere now, like Yeet on like, and all that and when I heard like Jacob say, "Yeah, I mean, get in where you fit in," all gas, no brakes
Right,
with it, and like the crowd is like feeding into it. I'm like, this just warms my black heart. I love it.
right.
I absolutely love it, man.
Because everyone has, and not everyone, I suppose, but based on where you live or grew up, everyone has a Jacob Patu either in their crew, in their life. They see him at the barbecue, at the
My
cookout.
uncle.
Like, everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows a Jacob Patu. And much like the real Jacob Patu, if you're cool with him, he's a fucking teddy bear. And he's like the coolest, warmest, nicest motherfucker there is. But get get on his bad side, he will dog walk your ass. I love hearing Jacob Atu threaten to mollywop someone. Like, it warms my heart. I love it. It takes me back. So yeah, Jacob Atu is one of those guys where it doesn't feel like he's playing a character. He is the character. He
but
is a wrestler. But when he came out the womb,
but then when it comes to actual characters, we got the Samoan Joker, Solo Sikoa. I love his recent work, and I believe that the fans are starting to get hip to him, which I'm loving. Definitely the crowd, like the Saudi crowd knew what to do with him. They're like, listen, we understand that you are scum, and we are gonna treat you as such. And Jacob, you can't help but like this man, and they yell, they say Fatu, they sing the song. When it came to this match, I loved it up to a point.
right?
Up to a
I I
point.
I Oh, because I agree. I think when it was Jacob versus Solo one on one, the fans were hot for everything they did. And as you said, Solo knows how to play with them. So he'll hit a move, do Jacob's dance, do the Solo face, and set himself up perfectly for Fatu to like be behind him. Like, it was magic, and the fans were into it. Then when all of a sudden Solo had JC helping him out, and then the Tongaloa return, where the fans got
The
loud
best
initially,
wrestler
and
of all
then
time.
the goat, the goat, he gets it. He
He's
gets
my
it.
tribal
He
chief.
gets it.
He's my on my
I
on
need.
my GM mode. He has all my championships.
I want to wear it. I want an eye patch with his face on it, wearing an eye patch. And I guarantee you that would be a top merch seller. If anyone's listening out there, eye patch with his face, wearing an eye patch, brilliant. Run me my check, please.
Please, and then
and then Hikuleo coming out,
I
and
think
then it felt like the. I'm sorry.
I think his name is Talaloa now.
No, it's Tala Tonga actually. There, so
Tonga. So he's the taller
yeah,
Tonga. That's what I think. Yeah.
Tama Tonga's brother, apparently his name is Tala. It's just he's got a U in it, but that is his
Oh,
given name.
really?
So they
Okay.
didn't stretch it too much. It's not like they're just saying Tala Tonga, though. I'm sure somebody got a chuckle backstage when coming up with it. But yeah, he is Tala Tonga, and
The
I think
crowd.
the fans might have been waiting for a Jimmy Uso save. I think they might have
Oh,
had their eyes to the stage for this one a little bit, instead of kind of just latching on to hope that their hero Jacob could take on all four by himself.
yeah.
Instead of WWE was like, we're gonna have this guy go down valiantly to all four. It's gonna be straight up 4-on-1. No one's gonna say 4-on-2. Jacob almost did it, but nope, the numbers was too much. That choke slam through a table was too much.
Yeah, and if the crowd kept up the whole time, it would have been in the fours. But because they did not show the best wrestler in the world the respect that he deserves, it's got to be a 3.6 to me.
Woo! Okay. See, I feel like
See, you about to steer
so no,
off.
for me, like, don't get me wrong, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, for me, the Saudi crowd, even when not responding accordingly to certain spots, for how long the Jacob and Solo part was, and so for how hot they were through it, I still have them in the fours. I gave this one a 4.3. So I still thought they
See, but you're
delivered, they
not.
just didn't.
What the finale, the climax, which is one of the most important parts of the whole thing. They wasn't there for it. They abandoned you. They went to the store to get some milk and never came back.
No, I took it more as the fact is they looked at Jacob Fatu as an unstoppable monster. He won this title just a few months ago, and they thought he was gonna still have it when they returned to Saudi. And the idea that Solo could beat them was so shocking, so out of left field, that this hot crowd that was ready to hail their new tribal chief in Jacob Fatu, they were shooken. You know,
So you know what
I
you do
can't.
then?
I.
Boo! That's when you
Their
say get.
hearts couldn't take it. They couldn't breathe. They were like, you know what I mean? We're talking. This is what Solo winning did to their mental mind frame. They needed a break. They needed somebody to say, okay, I need a woosah moment. And they probably did during the setup for the next match. I guarantee you, somebody came out on the mic, instructed everyone to woosah for a solid 42 seconds.
So, okay, so is that what carried on into the next match? I
I
believe
don't have a that might have been it.
What
That might
carried on?
have been it. The shock of Solo might have screwed over our Queen of the Ring. That might be what happened.
Because it just kept going down from there.
Yeah, no, you're right. This one, yeah, you're right. This one, and so to start off with Asuka and Jade, to start off positively, I did hear in the beginning of this match, let's go Asuka, let's go Jade, let's go Asuka, let's go Jade. Like there were some front row fans trying.
No. You heard, let's go Asuka, let's go Jade, let's go Asuka, let's go Jade. That's what you heard.
And rumor has it those were the camels.
Yeah,
rumor has it those were the camels.
Spitting, man,
spitting.
Because one, I can understand them not getting enough time. I feel like they should have more time. Jade should have had more time to sell that leg injury of hers. But the fit alone, the coming out dressed up like Storm, that alone should have got that fit's awesome. Holy fit.
Yeah.
Holy fit. What?
Okay, that should have been chanted. That 100% should have been chanted. The pop You could feel the pop in terms of people watching at home. I was at the bar. We went crazy when that fit came out. It was letting you know the queen has arrived because you knew she was saving that gear for a special occasion. Saudi should have been more appreciative of the fact that that was their occasion. She saved that gear for you. Your superhero is here. So yeah, I completely agree. They let me down straight from her entrance alone.
Did you know that after that, like when she showed up as Storm, it rained for 4 days in Saudi Arabia?
Is that true?
That's the effect that Jade Cargill had in Saudi. You could it's public news.
A storm arrived, and a storm left.
And
A storm left with the crown.
and with a storm being there, that Saudi turned into the desert because it was dry. Okay, bone dry. And that's the reason why they get 2 points for that match. 2 points. Ugh, I'm hurt.
So, so for me, I gave this one at first when I'm watching in the match and like I'm trying, and I'm like I said, I heard effort there where they were trying to get behind it. They were into the match. They just wanted Asuka to win. But and the match didn't have that much time, as you said, so they didn't get the chance to really dive over. So I had it around like 2.93 ish. However, I'm choosing to not end my rating when the bell rang. I'm continuing it past Jade's promo, which I thought is short and to the point, but that was a great babyface Queen of the Ring promo that in the States, even if they were booing her because they weren't happy, they wanted Asuka to win, that promo would have gotten her cheered as she left the ring and put the crown in
It
her head.
was it was a MCU performance of a promo. And I don't even
Yeah.
think it originally was gonna be like that specific words. I think she ended up
No. Right.
modifying that promo on the spot for the crowd.
This in a USA crowd with maybe a little bit more promo time, throw an extra 30-ish seconds on there. People are going to say I'm overstepping with this one, but it would have been her version of like a Stone Cold King of the Ring moment where I do kind of feel like they might have just handed her the mic and said, cut a Queen of the Ring promo.
Yeah.
And that's what she did. The same way we've heard Stone Cold tell the story where they were just kind of like, do a promo. By the way, Jake the Snake was saying this. So like she, I think, was getting the direction to a promo, and she heard the crowd and she read the comments going in and she knew what to expect. And so that was her response to that. She didn't have to respond to Asuka. She responded to the fans booing her and told all the little girls watching at home, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks of you. It does not matter what they say to you. You crown yourself. You crown yourself and you know your worth.
Mm.
Nobody can actually boo that type of promo. And if you
Mm.
are, then it's clear you're not booing the character, you're booing the person. And in reality, we need to ignore that because that's not what you do here. Like you're letting your opinions dictate something completely different. You're not being a true fan of the product here. So her promo should have gotten an amazing response, and instead it got met with nothing but disrespect. And that's
Unfortunately.
where we right. So it took me all the way down to a 1.9. I had to drop them a full point
Because
uh, from start to finish. That because that left a bad taste in my mouth. It should not have happened. And once again, Saudi, we praise them for their appreciation for WB coming. You got a crowning of the Queen of the Ring. You should have performed better for this moment, and it really felt like you didn't even want to be there. But they they had recovered from Solo winning the U.S. Championship by the time this main event started.
I
This
guess
is the way you respond to a main event. This is the way you react. This is the way you debate.
it was
From
on This match had them at the edge of their seats. The singing came back. You know, they knew that two legends was wrestling in front of
Yes.
them, maybe for the last time ever, and they took hold of every second of it. Every person that interfered showed up. Every moment they gasped for it. I loved it. They took a match that would have been like on the lower scale and ramped it up to
Mhm.
almost 5-star match.
Right. This is, I think, a big reason why like this pay-per-view may have actually like where they would have been like, we want to put CM Punk and John Cena in Saudi Arabia because of the fact that the fans are dying to see those guys in their final encounter. Like that's a big match. You give it to the international crowd. They sung both themes. They before they even touched, the fans are going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking earlier about fans singing can go either way, and sometimes typically fans just chanting "Ole Ole" at a match that does not have Sami Zayn in it would be like, oh, they're just doing it to entertain themselves, they're just getting themselves over. No, it was literally they were so excited that they just had to get energy out, and they're jumping, they're fucking like, it looked like a rave was happening in the
Loved
audience.
it.
The Fireflies were out to play. At one point, John Cena even is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the fans were through the roof excited, all having a sugar high at the same time, unbelievably appreciative of what they were seeing and who they were seeing.
I
And then it just got
absolutely.
bigger and bigger when the interferences started happening.
Yeah, they made this match so much better. Not to say that it wasn't a good match, but they added so much like they made it a spectacle. They made it a spectacle. And almost to the point where I almost got emotional, which is why to me, I don't know you agree, but 5 stars across the board.
100%. Five heel marks, 5 arrow marks. I don't ever want to be one of those rating systems that's we ended at 5 until we randomly are like, oh, but they were actually 6. No, 5 is the max, and this is what 5 looks like.
Hmm.
This is exactly like this was a 5. And if anyone is rating this at home, and we encourage you to, fans deserve to be ranked. Let's do it, people. If you at home had Cody and Randy at a 5, I did too, until this match happened. And I realized, oh, wait a minute, this is what a 5 looks like. There
Hmm.
was no notes. No notes. They got loud for everything and everybody. They were loud for Penta doing his dance while they're hoping for somebody to get saved over here. They were hot for Charles Robinson, giving them a WrestleMania
60
flashback
years
moment.
old. 60 years old.
Oh, wait, he's actually 60?
Actually 60.
Jesus, his hair is magnificent.
Yeah.
Charles Robinson is the goat among goats. And heel mark fans will know that as much as heel marks we are, we're also marks for the referees. And Charles Robinson, for that bump alone, good Lord, he gets 5 arrow marks too. In
Yeah.
fact, I might even go, if we were going to go to 6 for anyone, it would be for Charles Robinson, but we're keeping it at 5.
That's right. 5 across the board.
They really got loud for when Seth Rollins was in there as well, like Seth Rollins and John Cena having their stare down, and
Yeah.
CM Punk's hug, which I didn't really understand, but then it was like, oh, you're setting Cena up. I get it. Okay, you're seeing
Man.
what he's gonna do.
When as soon as Seth got that briefcase, Seth started looking like someone, and I had to do some deep searching back into my PlayStation 2. And he looks like Crow from Def Jam Fight for New York. Like this man, he got his two big guys, which is obviously, Busta Rhymes and Fat
Busta
Joe. Exactly.
Joe.
And I'm like, this man is a gangster. The leather
Yep.
jacket, the leather pants, the Chelsea boots on. What is going on? Man, look, that Seth just got 5 stars for the
Right.
flashback to my PlayStation 2.
For giving us another reason to campaign for Def Jam Streets of New York return in 2025.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I loved everything about it. I 100% agree. That's 100% what that crew is, and what that crew is giving us right now is a stable. I wonder which character is gonna be their plan B. Which character from Streets of New York is gonna be their plan B when we see that unfold. But for now, this match totally delivered majorly in part due to the fans. As you mentioned, the fans like. There are plenty of matches, WrestleMania matches, that are the fans talk about some of their favorite matches in the world. If you watch those matches on mute, they're not the same. You watch this match on mute, it's not the same. If you're ranking the match, which if you're not a wrestler, you shouldn't do that, but you're probably not giving it any close to 5. But when you watch this match as a fan and you look at what the fans did, you're like, Yep, this is it. They fucking did it. So, Saudi fans, you killed it for the main event. Cena and Punk, it looked like I was watching a festival. You guys knew what you paid your money for, and you got your money's worth because they had you T to B, start to finish.
Hey, and we love it.
Absolutely. We're going to have to, fans, we want you to stay on your toes. So we're going to have to keep ranking you guys. We're going to have to let you know when you don't perform and when you do. This is the new norm, people. Fans, be on your P's and Q's because we on your ass.